All right, well, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's APAP NYC Plus Showcasing Preview webinar. My name is Robbie Otley, and I am the Conference Senior Associate at the Association of Performing Arts Professionals. Before we get started, let's review a few items to ensure that everyone is properly set up to participate. APAP is located in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., on the ancestral lands of the Piscataway and the Anacostan people who have stewarded this land throughout the generations. I would like to pay my respect to the Piscataway and the Anacostan elders, both past and present. During today's webinar, participants will have the opportunity to ask questions and provide comments using the Q&A and chat functions. If you have questions for our speakers, we ask that you submit them using the Q&A box. I'll open up a poll in just a moment, asking who has already registered for the conference. And with that, I'll hand it off to our Director of Marketing and Communications, Jenny Thomas. Jenny?
Thanks so much, Robbie. Well, welcome to the APAP NYC 2021 attendee conference showcasing preview. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jenny Thomas, Director of Marketing and Communications at APAP. We wanted to start by recognizing that this year has been a year of significant change and hardship for the performing arts. We as a field are pivoting, and it's at this year's conference we will live in that pivot together. APAP 2 has been in a 9+ month pivot. The conference looks different because how we present the arts looks different, and because business looks different. We thank you for your patience and graciousness during this time. We are so glad you are here with us today, and we look forward to seeing you in January. So today, we will be covering on our agenda. First, we'll do a quick overview of the conference schedule. Then we'll do a deeper dive into showcasing at APAP NYC. We'll take a look at the swap card platform, and then we'll have a lot of time for Q&A. We look forward to that with you. So on that note, I'm going to pass this over to my colleague, Neo Narner-Madison, Director of Conferences and Meetings. Neo?
Thank you, Jenny. Good afternoon, everyone. And Robbie, I believe we have the poll results ready to share. Thank you so much. And today we're just going to, as Jenny mentioned, go through a quick overview of the conference. Next slide, please, Jenny. Thank you. We will have pre and post conference activities housed on the virtual platform. Activities will include affinity sessions, affinity groups, topical forums, and special interest meetings. Our annual membership meeting will take place on January 13th, post-conference. Independent showcases will begin airing on January 6th in the platform and continue through the conference. Next slide, please. Many familiar conference elements will be in place, such as daily plenaries and concurrent sessions, along with opportunities to connect with your colleagues by visiting the expo hall and viewing independent showcases. The virtual platform will be open to registrants until January 30th. All registrants will have the opportunity to replay content, including sessions and showcases, as your schedule permits throughout the month of January. Next slide, please. And showcases, again, will run January 6th through the 15th on the platform. Next slide, Jenny. The showcase schedule will appear on the swap card platform. and independent showcases are hosted on your preferred live streaming platform. Showcases can be pre-recorded or aired live. Showcases will be available for replay on the platform through January 30th, and your listing should include both the live airing URL as well as the replay URL. Listings will be uploaded to the platform December 29th and again on January 5th. Next slide, please, Jenny. The process for purchasing showcase listings will look quite different this year. We've updated the purchase process to meet our virtual platform requirements. Some of the elements that were required for an in-person showcase are obviously not needed in this virtual environment. And we will walk through the process in greater detail later in the presentation. Next slide, please. As a reminder, to purchase a showcase listing, you must be an APAP member registered for the conference. You may purchase listings by modifying your conference registration and adding the number of showcase listings you wish to purchase. Within 1 business day of purchase, you will receive an email with a showcase listing form for you to complete. Listings will be live on the platform December 30th. There will be 2 uploads of listings to the Swap Card platform. The first on December 30th and again on January 6th. You'll be able to edit your listing until January 5th. Next slide, please. The first upload deadline is December 29th, and the final upload is January 5th. As I mentioned, pre-conference activities start on January 6th. And now, Robbie will lead us through a tutorial of how to create a listing and share how the listing will appear on the Swap Card platform. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do the "can everybody see my screen" question.
Yes, Robbie, we can see it.
Thank you, Jenny. So we're looking at the Swap Card platform for those of you who have not seen it before. I think a lot of folks have, but this is the basics of what the conference platform is going to look like. We're, of course, in a demo event here. Not expecting a ton of fashion runways in APAP NYC Plus, but just the quick overview. This is our main landing page. We have the attendee connection page. We have our exhibitors page with the different folks who have purchased in the expo hall. And then we also have the conference agenda, and this is going to be the main interface for showcasing and what these sessions look like. From this sample, I will then jump over to our interface, and we have a dedicated showcase tab here. So in this agenda listing, this is what the showcases will appear, how they'll appear. We have, of course, once there are multiple, they'll all appear in this listing. So what we have here in terms of the elements, we have the showcase date and time, the showcase title, the clip of the description, the fact that it is a showcase, and then the artist's name. This section is searchable and also filterable by discipline. There will be more of those available once we have more of those fleshed out. So going on into the showcase listing itself and the details of it, this is have a header image and then much of the same information: title, date and time, the artist name, detail, description, and the genres. And then we also have here the links that you're going to have. Y'all are going to submit those. We'll go to that in just a minute. And these links are going to link out to the showcase video itself. So in this case, this link sends out to my YouTube video that I have. So it'll just to stand in here, it'll be whatever you include as your link, both for the showcase itself and for the replay. Once you're ready to submit your showcase listing, you can either modify or start your registration if you haven't already. If you've registered already, there's an email that you received with a confirmation link, but you can also go to apap365.org and click on begin or modify registration. That will take you on into, again, another link to begin that registration. And these links take us into the conference registration side of things. So you'll go ahead and proceed through that registration as normal. There's the various, let's see if it's gonna let me come back in. Various entries for all of this information. And sorry that I got timed out here, but jumping through this section, and again, various questions that we've got. And then on the page here, showcase listing, the additional items is where you can buy your showcase listing, and you can enter however many you like with that. And then once you proceed to checkout, it'll be the opportunity to actually purchase those. Once you have purchased your showcase listing and gone ahead and processed it through, and within 1 business day, as we said, you'll receive an auto-generated email with the instructions for how to import it. It looks something like this. Of course, again, this is dummy text. We've got a link to our form here, and as it says, you'll be prompted to enter a unique showcase listing code. Again, that'll actually be included here with the email itself. And so then we jump over into the, through that link, the showcase listing form. This is the listing code at the top here. It autofills the name and email that you signed up with. And then you're filling out the information as we saw back in the sample here. So title, name, the dates, it's limited to the 6th through the 15th. The showcase start time, the length of the showcase, the description here. The description really can be anything that you want. Definitely suggest a description of the work. If there's any contact information or links out that you want to put, that can go in here as well. You can put text and hyperlinks here, but no other formatting, and we do suggest you keep it to 250 words or fewer. Opportunity to upload this header image and select your discipline and genre, and then you're entering the link and the replay link here as well. That replay link, as we say here, will go into a little more detail in the FAQs, but that's obviously you'll want to have a different link if you are hosting it, hosting a live showcase at the time. So finally, once all this comes in, you'll receive your confirmation email with this piece as well. And you can review all of the fields that you submitted. And then I'll just flag one more important thing. The only way to edit your showcase is through this email. So it's just the click to edit your submission link. But do make sure you save that email in case you want to make any edits. So that is the overview of the showcase listing. And Jenny, I think if you want to go ahead and pull the PowerPoint back up, we can move on from there. Thank you all so much.
And I think, let's see here. Well, let me do that. Oh, let's see here. There we go. Oh. 1 moment. All right. Next, we'll be proceeding to, I believe, some Q&A. And there are a couple of questions we identified early on, and I know Robbie and I and Mia will be fielding the ones that you're sending to the Q&A right now, momentarily. So thank you for that. Keep sending your questions. But there are some that we know that have been common questions, so we wanted to address those first. So when can I showcase? You can showcase at any time of day, and you can showcase anytime between the 6th and the 15th. Sorry, Neo, that was such a low, it's an easy one, so I wanted to let people know. So that is completely flexible. I'll catch the other one, the next one as well here. How long can my showcase be? Again, usually, people present a set or, of the presentation, but there really is no limit. You can have a 15-minute showcase. You can have, a multi-hour, multi-artist showcase as well. Okay, so Nia, I'll pitch this one over to you. What does independently produced by you on your preferred live streaming platform mean?
Thank you, Jenny. So we are listing all of your showcases in the swap card platform. As we've just shared, there will be an agenda tab complete with all the showcase listings happening in and around the APAP conference. You are producing an independent showcase, and that will live either in YouTube or Vimeo or on your website, or as we've said, on your preferred live streaming platform. We just want to make sure that it's clear that the performance doesn't actually live on the swap card platform, but the agenda is there for all of the attendees to see everything that's happening around the conference, much like the showcase listings would be at an in-person gathering.
Great. So what can I put in the description field of the form, and how long should it be?
We just mentioned the description. We recommend that it's no more than 250 characters, and it can be
Words.
text. Words, thank you.
Words.
Important distinction, words, not characters. You can list text, so that can include a description and the names of the artists, especially if you have multiple artists in your showcase, and a description of the showcase. And
you can include hyperlinks as well. So that might be where you also put like an artist website. You can also include your contact information there if you want people to have a contact directly to you. So what if I don't know, I'm filling out my form and I don't know what my replay link is right now?
When you fill out your form, you can share the location where your replay will live. So if it lives on your website, you can include the URL to your website or to your YouTube channel. And I'll go right into the next question, which is, can I edit my showcase listing? And yes, you can edit your listing until January 25th. On the 6th.
No, 5th.
January.
It's okay.
5th.
It's a Friday. We're all good.
It's a Friday. Apologies. Until January 5th, which is the day before pre-con activities will start in the platform. Thank you, Jenny.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Okay, so we're going to get to some questions. Thank you, everybody, for sending them to the Q&A. So a lot of really, really great questions here. Now, pitch sessions automatically are listed on our booths, but will showcases also automatically appear on our booths?
They will appear on the showcase agenda, and it will link to the booth if you have a booth, yes.
So it might be a good idea, for instance, if you have an expo hall booth, that you include any additional information as well. And I believe that supports links as well, so you could link the two together there. So Lynn Newman asks, are you able to list multiple dates and times for the same showcase as in previous years?
So go ahead, Jenny.
Oh no, I had an answer for this. Well, Lynn, because it's an online environment, it's kind of a different animal this year. Because in theory, then someone could, if you don't really have multiple performances of one showcase, like you do in the real world, because this is all recorded. So in theory, that would mean someone could list every hour on the hour, and it would make it very difficult for people to navigate the schedule. So the flip side of that is that's why we have a replay link, is that you may present or premiere your showcase, live showcase, or pre-recorded showcase at a particular time and day. And then from there, that is then made available. People through the 30th of January can go back at any time through the showcase listings and watch anything they choose to watch. Great. So Ron DeStefano asks, what are the time increments for showcase listings? Is it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? So for instance, can my showcase start at 7:56 p.m. and end at 8:52? Or would it need to be listed as 7:50, 8:55, et cetera?
Robbie, I'll ask you to answer this question, or please add anything to my answer. You can set the time of your showcase just truly by completing the form. The system is not they're not in blocks of half an hour or 15 minutes. It's truly based on the time you list.
Yeah, the time increments are, I'm almost certain, 1 minute, and then just give us the length of the showcase itself in minutes, and 7:56 p.m. to 8:52 p.m. would be just fine.
Great. Great. Someone asks, if I'm producing one showcase featuring different artists from my roster, do you recommend one listing per artist or one for the whole showcase? I think that's really personal choice. Neo or Robbie, did you want to weigh in at all on that?
I would agree, Jenny. It is a personal preference. And again, it's a unique opportunity this year in a virtual environment. But
also,
go ahead.
It also really depends on how you generally present your artists. We know many folks present, a day-long showcase of dance, and they like it that way as a branding, as it's the way that the registrants have come to know them versus individual showcases. So it's really, individual showcases may highlight particular artists differently because the title on your listing could be devoted to that artist alone. So it really is a strategic question, and the good news is that you could do either. So the next question from Heather Massey is there any possibility of interaction with showcase viewers for recorded showcases? And is there any possibility with viewers during live streamed showcases?
Mm-hmm. So for the live stream showcases that are airing on your platform, if you choose to host a watch party, there's an opportunity to engagement with attendees in that manner. For the recorded showcases, they are meant to live there for attendees to see as their schedule permits. So it may be difficult to engage with the recorded viewers because it could happen at any time over the course of the conference days.
And I might add that there are ways to produce or present a pre-recorded showcase as a premiere, as one would on YouTube or Facebook Live. Sometimes those can be done. You're just showing, you sort of have your first viewing of your pre-recorded showcase, which may allow you, depending on the platform you're using, may allow you to interact with the attendees. I've also seen people, this is just in the general live streaming world, where you can, where an artist may be in the chat while a pre-recorded showcase is happening. So it really just also depends on your, on the platform that you're using and what you choose to do with that. Do make sure, I think I'll try to jump over to the chat and add that we do have on our website, on the APAP 365 website, apap365.org. If you look under our resources section, there's a section on live streaming that has a fairly comprehensive list of live streaming platforms should you need guidance there. Okay, so the next question is, will one showcase listing accommodate multiple showings of the same showcase, or will their replay URL take care of that? And I think that it was akin to the question earlier about sort of multiple showings or multiple performances of a pre-recorded showcase. So somebody asks, I will have a live showcase from Monday, Saturday, January 5 m. It is okay. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I'm just realizing I don't quite understand that question. So Gilles, if you want to write back and clarify, love to answer your question. Jody Kaplan is asking, like to do is list my overall showcase booking dance festival. Yes, Jody is one of the people I had in mind when talking about that earlier, and have the participating artists listed in the artists area. So yes, you can list multiple artists in that artist area, and you can also include that information in the description. And then consider the following. I'd like to purchase a showcase listing for each individual artist. So yes, you can do both. If you choose to have an overarching festival, but then you also choose to have purchase separate showcase listings for each one of those artists to highlight them. Again, going back to the question of that. Okay, and I'm going to pitch this next one over to Neo because let's see. Laura Colby asks, what is the difference between the first upload deadline and the final upload deadline?
Thanks. We are giving multiple opportunities to upload your information. So you may not be ready on December 29th with your information. So you have until January 25th. And that just means that's the amount of time you have before we are live in the platform and we can't make edits to the listings at that time. Jenny, it looks like you wanted to add something.
Oh, I was just saying January 5th.
I'm sorry, it's Friday. Thank you.
January 5th. So what that also means is that you can edit, it's always worth repeating, you can edit your listings up until the 5th. So Jerry Ross is asking, so live showcases will be listed in the agenda at the time they were scheduled, correct? If we're not planning on doing anything live, but having our showcase available all the time, where would that be listed? That is an excellent question. Jerry, the way to look at this, because it is all going to be chronological, is that you do need to, regardless if you're doing a pre-recorded listing, a pre-recorded showcase, that you select a time for it to premiere. And as we mentioned before, you can also make an event of that, even if you are not doing a live showcase, that you are live streaming that pre-recorded material. And the reason for that is so that people, because we have it as a schedule, it's not like the expo hall where it's a directory. This is in fact a schedule. So that is how you would do that. Okay, David Middleton is asking, does the virtual conference platform work better with any particular live streaming platform? Is there a preference, or is it YouTube, Vimeo, Zoom, etc.? Are those all equally treated and accepted?
They're all equally treated and accepted. There is no preference for live streaming platforms. I will just note that viewing the virtual platform works well on most search engines, with the exception of Internet Explorer.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. So that's more of a user end piece, but it will basically, you're listing links wherever you point it, I think is the underlying message there. Mark Cortale asks, is there a digital brochure that all presenters will receive, or do attendees get access to a master calendar? That's an excellent question. I think we can talk a little bit more about when attendees are going to get access to all of this great information.
Sure. The platform will be open for attendees for preview on December 30th. And at that time, you'll be able to set appointments and see who's in the platform. I'll also note that for registered attendees, you can see a list of all registered attendees by visiting your My APAP website, our My APAP website at apap365.org.
Yes, and we do plan to be heavily promoting that opening of the platform, as well as hosting an orientation to all registrants when it opens on the 30th. So that's really the first look that the registrants will get at the schedule, which is why we have that first upload. And then the second upload being on the 5th in preparation for pre-conference. Great. Another question. I understand that the leads list of showcase viewers will be provided to us post-conference. And understandably, a lot of folks are asking, we would love to get this list sooner. Can we explain how and when we'll get the leads list of viewers who watch during and post-conference through January 30th?
Mm-hmm. That is something that we have access to once we are at the end of January. In real time, you'll be able to see analytics such as just numbers in terms of volume of traffic, but the actual reports will be available post-conference that APAP staff will be sending to all exhibitors.
And showcasers, yeah. Amy Davidman is asking, if you will only have one link because it's pre-recorded, is it possible to list just one link? Yes. Will you still need to post a live airtime? Yes. So essentially what I think you're asking, Amy, is can you use the same link for both your live and your replay, which is effectively what you would do, just to make sure that people are going to be directed where you want them to be directed. But you will still post a live airtime. Again, just repeating that. Okay. Let's see here. Jean asks, or Jean, I maybe asks, sorry, I'm a newbie. What's the difference between a listing and a booth? Okay, so shifting a little bit gears, what are the benefits of getting a booth?
Okay, so let's start with the showcase listing. The showcase listing is an opportunity for you to list your showcase that's taking place over the conference dates. In the booth, if you purchase a booth, you have a landing page where you can house more information, collateral materials about your roster. You can also engage conference attendees in your booth and set one-on-one meetings in your booth. You have an opportunity to also add a banner video in your booth. And it's just a landing page where you can have more information about your roster.
Right, well, a showcase is tied to a specific performance. Great, Miranda's asking, okay, still confused about the showcase versus replay link. Is this only relevant to people doing live showcase? Like, yeah, I think repeating ourselves a little bit here, but you do fill out both. You definitely want to fill out the replay because that's where people are going to go throughout the month. But just to be clear, you do want to fill out both regardless, because you will be picking a specific time, but you can always put the same link in those two fields. Great, Andy is asking, for a management agency wanting to hold multiple showcases for various artists, should they modify their registration to add all the showcases under their booth, or do individual artists need to register? So I think essentially what's being asked here is, if an artist is performing in a showcase, I'm going to sort of read between the lines here. If an artist is performing in a showcase, do they need to be registered in order for them to be part of a listing?
They don't need to be registered. They would not have access to the conference platform. They would just be part of your showcase listing. So if they want access to the conference to engage with attendees, they would need to register, and they could register as additional booth staff under your booth.
Great. So people watching showcases, someone asks, would see the listing, but they have to remember to go to the platform of our choice. Nothing but the information for the showcase will appear in APAP materials, correct? No reminders, etc. Okay, go ahead, Neo.
So the showcase agenda will list all of the showcases, and that will be in the platform. And what that means is the attendees have the opportunity to build their agenda for the activities that they're going to participate in the conference. So they can add your showcases to their schedule, and the link is there. So you will, within the platform, attendees don't need to leave the platform to view your showcase. They simply click on the link that's on the showcase agenda in the platform.
That's right. And we will promote the showcases the same way we always promote all of the different activities that are happening. So we definitely want people to engage in those. And like Neo says, it lives on the platform. It's basically like being in a lobby and going through a different door, right? So you to attend your showcase at the time that you are either premiering a pre-recorded or a live event. Is it recommended to showcase performance footage versus informal footage of new pieces? Due to COVID, our latest performance hasn't happened and we are unable to rent facilities to record the pieces. I think this is largely an artistic choice depending on what you're doing in this COVID era, whether or not you're promoting pieces that are more representative of the work we were doing up until March, or if you are looking for a more sort of immediate experience of showing things that your artists are doing now. But again, I think this is sort of an artistic and strategic choice. Okie dokie. And somebody is asking, is there a formula to deciding the best time to schedule my showcase?
So Jenny, please step in if you have an answer for this one.
Oh, no, I mean, again, these are, these are strategic choices. There's no formula. Do consider that people have different demands in their day, and everybody's dealing with different work schedules, home schedules, etc., and that we have other programming happening at the conference. So you just want to weigh those different things as you're presenting your showcase. Okay, so Antonia asks, if having a video for your showcase, should the artist attend and be there virtually? Will there be any interaction in chat that will be utilized? And I think we've answered that one. So sorry for repeating some of these. We're just kind of making sure we help everybody out. Again, that would be something you would choose if you wanted to do a pre-recorded video with live chat. That would be something you would choose based on the platform you're using. Jerry is asking, if you're doing a multi-artist event, can you list both the event and the individual artist? In the fields of the showcase listing, you have a space for a title, and you also have a space for an artist. So it's really how you want to utilize those. And Robbie showed earlier what you can see at the preview level versus what you can see at the longer level. So you can list both. It just depends on your use of space. Amy Davidman says, if there are 50 showcases all listed for 1 p.m., and I assume you mean 1 p.m. on a given day, Tuesday, how will they be organized? Well, yeah, go ahead, Nia.
Then it would be an alphabetized list. So everything at 1 p.m. and then alphabetized. And then you can still, attendees can search by alphabet, or they can search by genre. They can filter that way as well.
And rest assured, Amy, I would be very surprised if there are 50 showcases happening all at the same time. As they don't happen all at the same time, there are never 50 happening all at the same time in the real world. But yes, correct, they would be alphabetized. Okay, so Sarah's asking, what's the deadline for purchasing an expo hall booth, and what's the deadline for purchasing a showcase listing?
So for purchasing a showcase listing, we need to receive your listing by January 5th in order for it to be included in the platform. Regarding the expo hall, again, the platform will be live for attendees on December 30th, and conference starts on January 6th. There is no deadline, but if you have a premium booth, if you purchase on January 5th, then it's not likely you would be able to produce a pitch session because we are short on time to be able to produce a video. but you would still be able to purchase the standard booth if you are interested in doing so. So to purchase your listing, we would need that information by January 5th. And these deadlines, I believe, are housed in our FAQs on our website as well now, Jenny.
That's right. That's right. How would you advise we limit viewing accessibility on streaming platforms for making showcase presentations available to the general public outside of APAP conference attendees? And I think some of that, if you're, it's an anonymous attendee, so if this person is interested in limiting that audience, that may depend on how you are presenting it on the platform that you're using. Of course, on our end, on the swap card end, it will naturally be limited to the attendees because that information is only available to registrants. But if you were to limit the event on the platform you're hosting, that would be that would determine how that would work. So your controls would be on your platform side. Let's see. We have a couple of questions about analytics and leads, which I think we've answered, but I'll just say, somebody wants to know, is there any way to know who's viewing the showcase? And then another person says, will there be analytics of the viewers of the showcase or a link for them to ask for more information? Talk a little bit about leads and
Sure.
analytics.
So you will have analytics in real time if you have an exhibit booth and if someone has pre-selected your showcase on their agenda. And forgive me, Jenny, was part of the question about how you can engage the attendees during your showcase?
I think it says, or will there be analytics or a link for them to ask for more information or a live survey? So it sounds like maybe in real time, yeah.
So in real time, a link for a live survey or that would be housed on your live streaming platform. So if you were having a showcase and it was a Zoom watch party, you'd be able to engage with the attendees in that way.
And someone asks, if an ensemble would like to present live showcases over several of the conference days, does that require purchasing a spot for each showcase? And I believe the answer is yes, because it really will only live stream one day and then it becomes a replay. So if your desire is to have live interaction on a daily basis, then I would recommend that you purchase a listing for each day. In previous years, I'm told it's better to present your showcase through an agent. Is that the case? Do you have a list of booking agents available and is it too late to contact them? Neo, do you want to take that one?
Sure. I think that is up to the preference of the individual artist. In our virtual environment, you do not need to have management. We have, Jenny, you can speak to, if you're a member, you can see our attendee roster and those that may be available to support you in this endeavor that's housed on our member access portal on our website.
Yeah, exactly. If you are a member, you can take a look at those agencies. It is a very busy time. Of course, it's a very different time right now. Usually at our in-person conference, it's not a great time to approach people when they are already focused on the artists on their roster. But I think, there are really no rules right now in terms of how to approach things. Really the best thing is to reach out to a couple of people if that's the direction you choose to go, and maybe just get some quick feedback, being respectful of the fact that they are also managing their own current rosters. If showcases Antonia's asking if showcases have a time even to be shown, though they are pre-recorded, then can we be there for that chat? Exactly. I think they were talking about after the showcase listing of the pre-recorded showcase. Just to clarify, no, the idea is if you are having a premiere, let's say you're going to launch your pre-recorded showcase on Saturday at 9 p.m. You can certainly work with the platform that you are using to make that interactive. There is no requirement that you make that interactive. If you feel most comfortable just running your, let's say, YouTube video, and you just put it as your live link, that is fine as well. People will just watch it, just as they will the replay, but you do have that opportunity. David is asking about the listings for recorded material. Since the video runs 24 hours, can we list it at a specific time every day and then run it on replay? So it sounds like the video is a 24-hour video. Is that how you interpret it, Neo?
Yes, that is what I interpret. If you want it to air at a specific time, that would require multiple listings for those airing times. If it is something, so it's not pre-recorded, the other option is to provide that link to your website or wherever it's housed, that someone can click on it anytime in the 24-hour period and see what's happening live.
So Crandall's asking if you're doing a showcase, I'm just not able to read this, in which all artists' videos are available for the duration of the conference with no one having a designated time, how would that be listed? Again, you have to choose a designated time for your showcase. That's how it would be listed. You can certainly choose to have that designated time on the 6th, January 6th, and then have it running. Just knowing that, that it is in a chronological list. So when people are actually on the platform, more people are on the platform, they may see your listing if it's actually during the core dates of the conference, which is the 8th through the 12th. Can we use Google Drive as the URL for pre-recorded showcase?
Well, go ahead, Jenny, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we don't recommend that. That's not a live streaming platform. Really, to make it more user-friendly, you don't want to require attendees to download something. I think if I were an attendee, that would be a deterrent for me to watch. And now, if there is something you're referring to here that I'm missing the point, and that actually you can watch the video like that, maybe that would work, but just consider the end user experience and what they're going to be most comfortable doing. Okay, so Amanda's asking, how do we promote our showcase before the premiere date?
Within the platform, attendees will have access to the showcase agenda beginning on December 30th when the platform is live. You can promote your showcase by looking at the attendee list. You can reach out to all registered attendees and promote your showcase before the live airing date in the platform. And also, once you have access to the list, you can reach out to attendees and promote your showcase in advance of the live airing date. Great.
Jody's bringing up a question. I think that is one that's worth answering multiple times, because this is one of these tricky questions. Okay, so if we do not yet have our replay link or do not want the link available until after the live stream link, can we add the link after the live stream showcase? I know you mentioned that we have to finalize all links by January 5th and all information. Is there a way that you can make an exception and allow us to add the replay link after January 5th or after showcases are streamed live?
Okay, we would need the link by January 5th. And if it's not live, it can be a link to your website or your YouTube channel. Well, the link will eventually live, or once it's live aired, but we will need all information by January 5th before the conference is live.
Okay. So in Edward, a related question, can we change showcase times before January 5th?
Yes, you can. You can edit your timing of your listing, and as well as all other information on the listing until January 5th.
Great. Let's see. let's see. Crandall is asking, are the showcase listings live on the 30th, but the showcase themselves will not be viewable until the 6th?
So if you have submitted information on the 30th, yes, by the 29th, it will be live. So that means attendees will be able to see it. So they can begin to put it on their agenda at that time before the conference officially starts on the 6th.
Okay, and will there be a way for us to see when other showcases are scheduled before scheduling ours so that we can schedule a time when there are fewer showcases happening? I think that kind of answers the same question, right? Changing time of the showcase.
Sure. You'll have access to the agenda as it stands on December 30th. And at that time, you'll still have the opportunity to change the time of your showcase until January 5th.
Okie dokie. This is a booth question. Well, yeah, let's see. Let's go with that. We do have quite a few questions left, and I know we're stopping it too, so I'm going to try to catch these. But certainly, if anybody has questions that we don't get to today, I'm hoping we're doing a good job. Please email us at apapnyc@apap365.org, or just go to our website and contact us. All right. So someone is asking, we're a presenter as well as a touring company. So we will host a booth and a showcase, as well as be looking at others to present. Will this cause any issues?
That will not. As long as you are a registered attendee, you have access to view showcases and to engage with all other attendees in the platform.
Great. Somebody's asking, are there other ways for marketing? Can we buy some sort of extra advertising, and or when listed, are there any photos added for visual interest?
Okay. Sponsorship opportunities are still available. Kristen Cooper is our sponsorship lead who works with us on advertising and sponsorship. And the listing will appear as we've mentioned with the information, you can add an image or you can have a booth, but sponsorship and advertising opportunities are also available.
Yes, so all of the above. So are we listed by category and then alphabetically? So maybe we can answer that. How are things listed? We know it's chronological. But there are some other ways to search, I believe, as well.
Mm-hmm. The agenda is chronological and then alphabetized. And beyond that, you can search by genre. You can filter by date or by time as well. And you can also search for a specific artist name as well.
Someone's asking, if you're using a platform to do a pre-recorded show, but that platform doesn't have a live chat feature built in, can we provide 2 links, one for the event and one for the live chat discussion? I think the answer there is no, and for a couple of reasons. One, there is just one link, but there's a reason for that, which is it's really unlikely that you're going to have people both wanting to view on one platform and then have a chat in another platform. What is really best practice is to use a platform that allows for chat. Okay, and there are a lot of, I'm just catching up here. A lot of people are asking some of the same questions, so I hope that I'm catching most of them here. Let's see here. Okay, somebody is asking, can we possibly look at the screen share again with the showcase listing fields again? And that might clarify some questions. I think we might have a minute. Again, is that something, Robbie, that you can do for, I think it's just looking at the form maybe, just for 1 more minute, and then we'll wrap up. He's just pulling things up. I think that's a great way to end it. Just do a quick look. And then please go ahead and email us at apapnyc, apapnyc apap365.org. Thank you so much for participating.
Once again.
Okay, and Robbie, unfortunately your sound is off. So if you want to scroll, if you want to show, we can kind of walk through here and you could just scroll. You can see that there is a header image at the top, and then you have your title. Thank you, Robbie. And then we have the date and time. That spot where it says Lorem Ipsum, that's where your artist names will go. That first link is that's your live link. And then you'll do view the replay as your replay link. Again, those can be the same thing. Or the replay link, if you don't know it, can point to some generic place like your Facebook page, your YouTube channel, your website. And then the information below. Yes, we will provide specs for the artist photo. Manuel, thank you for that. Information up to 250 words can include, that's basically your description. You can also include artist websites there. You can include contact information, and then you will have places to put multiple disciplines and genres based on what is appropriate for your showcase, and registrants will be able to search on those disciplines and genres. And Robbie, did you want to move over to the form itself? Great. We'll go back to the top. Again, you will receive within 1 day of your purchase your unique showcase listing code that will come in an email. Again, it will automatically populate the registrant name associated with that, and showcase title, artist names, showcase date. There's a little calendar on the side there you can click on. Showcase start time and length of showcase. Your description again, and that supports text and hyperlinks. And your header image, in fact, rectangular photos, 2:1 ratio with 1 megabyte limit. So that answers Manuel's question. And you can select here, if you click on dance, it will show just the dance genres beneath it. If you click on other things, music, for instance, you will see the music genres, and you can add multiples of those. You don't, if your showcase qualifies for more than one. And then when you're done with the disciplines and genres, that's where you'll plug in your live event URL and the replay event, or replay URL, excuse me. And from that point, you will confirm the terms and agreement and submit. So yes, and you can add, you can always go back and add. I see Crandall's asking, can you go back and add more listings? Yes, you can always go back and modify your conference registration through Cvent and add multiple listings.
Jenny, we can take a few more questions.
Awesome. Okay, great.
If there are still some.
Okay, great. Let's see what's. I'm seeing it. Looking for. And if there's anything in the chat as well, Robbie or Nia, if you see things, I'm just seeing a lot of repetition here. So I just want to make sure.
Manuel is asked, is the master schedule posted? And so on our website, you can see the conference agenda, Manuel, with blocks of times when sessions will be happening, when affinity groups and other activities are taking place. So you can, if you wish, to schedule around those activities, but you are not required to do so. You can schedule your showcase at any time, but you can see the master schedule on our website.
Great. Most of these questions are things that have already been covered for the most part. There's some question about the attendee list, so let's tackle that one. So how does that work? How are we providing the attendee list?
Sure, the attendee list is available for all registered attendees by going to our website and logging into my APAP. There you'll see the current attendee list, and it will be updated multiple times a week leading up to the conference. So you have two opportunities to see it. You can see it now by visiting our website for all registered attendees, and then you'll be able to see everyone who is in the platform once you have access to the platform on December 30th.
Okay, Marion is asking, is there a place on our exhibits or expo hall booths to upload a video such as a sizzle reel, or should we be putting the sizzle reel on the showcase platform?
You have the opportunity to upload one video to your booth. Yes. So you could use that space for a sizzle reel.
And the showcase listing doesn't support that image up top is just an image, while on the expo hall, it can be a video, I believe.
That is correct. The image is a static image on the listing.
Some are asking about when is the best time. Are these good ideas? I'm just capturing a lot of different ideas here. Do people have opinions on, do you do during the daytime, in the evenings, and so forth? Which day, or how do we know when other people are showcasing? Of course, there are a lot of showcasers. You will be able to see that on the 30th when it goes live. Likely will be spread out over the time. And you have to also, just a reminder that this is, everybody is operating in a different time zone, unlike our in-person event where we're all on the same time zone. So also consider that you may have different audiences at different times of the day. But largely that may be dependent on your artist availability, if they're doing a chat or if they are performing live. So a lot of that is, our best recommendation is to avoid the times that we are doing programming, only because we know that there will be other things at that time. So that will automatically, however, we certainly don't discourage any time. Any time is good, but that has been something many people have used as a guide.
Okay.
Are we seeing anything else in the chat there now?
I see a few questions that we can address in these last few minutes.
Great.
One is about email addresses for attendees. On the attendee list, you will note there will be two versions, one that shares a list of everyone that's registered, and one that has email addresses for everyone that's opted in. Legally, you can only see email addresses for those that have opted in to receive emails from other attendees. And regarding the list, you will also receive an email just as a reminder and pointing everyone to where you can see the attendee list on the website. And Ravi, if you're able to answer this question, if not, we will get an answer and push that information out to everyone. The question is, how long can the video be in your booth?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, not well, sorry, Robbie. Maybe if you can put that in the chat, that would be great. Thank you.
That'd be great. Thank you so much.
And,
Okay, go ahead, Mia.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. We'd like to thank our sponsors again for participating in the APAP NYC Plus conference. And again, you can send questions to us at apapnyc@apap365.org. And thank you everyone. Have a great weekend.
And this will be available for viewing on Monday. So if you wanted to watch any of this or point your colleagues to it, it will be on our website on Monday. Thanks so much.